I, 20F, want a tattoo, but it would be disrespectful. I've, 20F, been dating this guy, 26M, for almost a year and everything seemed fine until a few days ago. We were watching TV at my place when Ink Masters came on and I blurted out how I really wanted to get a tattoo, to which he responded, "No you won't." He's usually a pretty chill guy, so I was actually surprised to see him react in such a harsh way to what I said. I asked him why I shouldn't get a tattoo and he simply said I don't like them. I wasn't satisfied with that answer, so I pressed on. He kept responding with things like, "I don't like them," or "it wouldn't suit you." Just to be clear, I've always wanted a tattoo. This isn't some spur of the moment kind of thing, but I wanted to get something of sentimental value or something cool that I designed myself. The only people I've discussed tattoos with prior to this incident has been my mom and brother, who both have tattoos. Fast forward to a couple hours ago, it was still bothering me, so I brought it up again, this time over text, and his response really shocked me. "If you get a tattoo after everything I said, it just proves that you don't respect me and that you'll do anything you want regardless of what I think or say." It's not that I don't respect him, or care about what he thinks. I just can't seem to understand how me getting a tattoo will have a negative impact on him, or prove I don't value this relationship. Could this be a red flag? Update: thank you to everyone who commented and showed their support and concern for my safety. I really do appreciate it. We had a serious discussion about boundaries, and it really brought to light just how incompatible we really were. Not only was he steadfast in his decision about me getting a tattoo since he said it was final, other things came up like me wanting to remain child-free, something I say all the time and am 110% sure I won't change my mind about that. Apparently he thought that because I'm young I would change my mind once I got older. He even asked if I would kill the baby if I found out I was pregnant. I'd cry, but something about that made me feel really worried. It was as if he would try to get me pregnant just to see the outcome of that situation. The rest of the discussion boiled down to him saying that even though he thinks I'm a mature adult, there is still a lot I don't understand about life, which is why he tries to protect and guide me. Told him I really needed some time to reevaluate all of this, but I honestly think I'm just stalling the inevitable breakup. Personally, I don't like tattoos. My girlfriend has one. She didn't when we started dating. She told me she wanted one, asked me what I thought. I said I don't like tattoos in general, but it's her body so she should do whatever makes her happy. She got a tattoo. We're still dating and it wasn't that big of a deal. I still don't like tattoos in general, but whatever. He is the one that needs to respect your choice. At the end, it's your body. If he truly hates them and makes him want to stop dating you, that's his deal, not yours. You do you. Major red flag. Abort mission. Eject. Eject. If you want to see what it will be like, get a temporary tattoo and replace it when it wears off. Put it on different locations on your body. This way, if you do decide to get a real one, you'll know where to place it. Also, you will see his reaction and go from there. It is my experience, however, that when a man attempts to make rules concerning your body/career/activities or personal care, that it will only get worse. Usually a red flag of a future abusive relationship. Asking you to not get a tattoo is one thing, telling you is another. He said, and that you'll do anything you want regardless of what I think or say. Sounds pretty controlling to me. Has he objected to the time you spend with friends? Has he told you to change your outfit after you've dressed? Told you what to order at a restaurant? Pre-COVID, he would get upset if I spent the night out with my friends and he couldn't be there. He was on a committee at school with someone I used to be friends with, and he would always tell me that she isn't a good person to have around because of her poor work ethic and that she was a bad influence on me. She stopped talking to me because of that, and I honestly can't imagine the things he probably said to her. I guess I couldn't see through it at first because he kept saying things like, "I'm looking out for you." Wanting to control your appearance? Red flag. Telling you it would be disrespectful for you do what you want with your body? Red flag. He doesn't have to like tattoos. He is entitled to his opinion that he thinks you would look better without one. But that's it. It's your body, your choice. He doesn't have right to tell you what you're allowed to do with it. I told my boyfriend of 8 years, I am unhappy. I told my boyfriend of 8 years, I am unhappy. He completely ignored my statement and continues to go about his life. I just want to be in a loving relationship again, and it doesn't have to be with him, you know, hugs, kisses, regular sex. Miss feeling loved, I feel trapped. I've been with my partner for 12 years and he hasn't been very attentive. Lacking that loving feeling definitely happens, especially if they are working a lot amongst other responsibilities, so I can sympathize on that feeling. I'm not saying it's right for him to not show affection. Matter of fact, there should be at some degree a gesture here and there. When it does happen to me, I let him know multiple times before it actually sinks in that, hey, we need some time for us. Feeling lonely is not a great feeling and a cause for other issues to happen, but only you'd know if it's worth attempting to communicate and work on the relationship, or walk away and start a new one. You've been with your partner for 8 years. Do you feel like you both can grow more? Do you want to see why your partner is stepping back emotionally from you? We definitely could grow more, but he is set in his ways. I do feel very lonely in this relationship. He doesn't love me out loud anymore. I've brought up being unhappy verbally 3 times. Most recently text an article to him, telling him I think we have empty love, and still nothing. What am I to do with that? Is the silence and empty promises my answer? You have 2 legs. Walk away. Why did you wait 8 years? I've been unhappy for the last year. Just started thinking about leaving. If he hasn't changed anything or made any effort to help you be happy, that says a lot about your future with him. Might be better off in a different relationship. Relationships have ups and downs. People fuck up. People forget to participate in the relationship. These things are normal. Relationships are works in action. The only time I recommend breaking up is when one person in the relationship refuses to communicate, to acknowledge the other person's experience and their own role in that experience. He shouldn't see your unhappiness as your problem. It's his problem too. And he's even kinda causing it sounds like. If he blankly refuses to change, to open his heart to a genuine discussion about how to improve things so that you can both be happy in the relationship, then I think staying with him just means resigning yourself to the life you have right now. If he refuses to be present, be in it with you, then he's refusing to be your partner. You do what's right for you, but if he continuously tell you through his actions, words, whatever, that he is content with things as they are, he's alright with you suffering and he doesn't want to or see the need to improve, he's telling you that you can take it or leave it. That's your decision to make. Just don't make that decision based on the hope that he will change. We only go around once and life is too short to be unhappy. How can I tell my boyfriend I don't want to give him money without seeming mean? My boyfriend asked for $1,000 to help him move out of his apartment and into a new one. He needed this money since he had to pay off the first apartment and then pay for the second apartment's first month. I said no. Since I thought it was very selfish of him. His parents are helping him pay for his rent since he's not the best with saving up money and he spends it carelessly, like, he spent approximately $2,000 on weed. I don't look or ask too much about his spending since he feels that I will baby him, but the only way I found out he spent this ridiculous amount is when I asked where did the money from his summer job go. Plus, the reason he wants to move to this new apartment is to be closer to school and the pubs/activities. My boyfriend called me an asshole because if I were in his situation he would help me out and told me how in relationships this is normal. Is it okay to not give money to your so? And how can I tell him I really don't want to give him money? Jesus, please dump the scrub. TLC warned us of the dangers of scrubs almost 30 years ago over 20 years ago. It is known. His parents are helping him pay for his rent since he's not the best with saving up money and he spends it carelessly, like, he spent approximately $2,000 on weed. Cool, then they can loan him $1,000. But for real, dump him. Edit. I have been informed that the song was actually released in 1999, not 1992. Google lied to me, but it was totally my bad to not double check the very first result Macron /__/Macron. Tell him you don't want to baby him, so you're gonna leave the money gifting to his parents. Also, it's a cheap manipulation for him to say he'd give you money if the situations were reversed, because they're not reversed. You're not asking, and even if you were, he wouldn't have any to give you. What with having spent everything on weed. He does not sound like a keeper tbh. Yeah, the "I do it for you" line has become a new pet peeve of mine after one of my no longer close friends tried to guilt trip me with it. Constantly needed help that I'd give him, but never helped when I needed it because he was always too busy needing more help for himself. He pulled this line out when I didn't help him enough one night, and now it sets off alarm bells for me. People who use this line know they're pretty much never going to be held to it, especially since they always bum off more responsible people. Sure, he'd lend her money if she needed it and he was the one with the money. Except he's not the one with the money, and obviously no one can actually borrow money from the broke guy who is constantly asking for money. So his though hypothetical generosity is never going to be actually tested to see if he would actually give her the money. What? No. I need money too. Now you just sound like a junkie getting mad at me. Ask your mum, see what she says. Just tell her you blew your money on weed. Plot twist, he doesn't ask his parents because they've already given him $1,000 and he blew it. If it were me, in the specific case, I would point out that he needs to sort out his priorities. How old is he? Why are you spending $2K on weed when you can't afford to move out and then hound your GF for not wanting to give it to you lol? In some cases, I wouldn't mind helping out my so, but in this case, probably wouldn't cough it up. He needs to learn responsibility and you have every right to not feel comfy in coughing it up in this case. 1K is a lot of money. Lol. Exclamation mark. He can stay in his current apartment, it won't kill him, and learn to save 1K and cut out weed in the meantime to provide for himself. If the weed isn't for medicinal purposes. Best of luck, girl. Exclamation mark beating heart. Honestly, how is he spending 2K on weed and not selling it lol? At least he'd have money then.